Hi everyone, this is Jen from Creatively Homemade and welcome to my video. Today I want to share with you how to make these cute little Ghirardelli chocolate square party favors. They're just little boxes made with the Stampin' Up! Envelope punch board, and I used the bow builder punch to make a little embellishment on the top for it, and they're so simple to make and they turned out so cute. These are really great for weddings or birthday parties or whatever you might want to give out a party favor, and you can easily change them up to any occasion by just changing up your trim and your colors of cardstock and your designer series paper. So today I wanted to show you how to make them. They're really quick and easy, so let's get started. You want to start by cutting your paper. I already have that done for you. You're going to need to cut a piece of cardstock 5 inches square. For this project I'm using rich raspberry cardstock because it coordinates with the designer series paper that I'm going to use, but you can use whatever color you want. So you need to cut that. And then you're also going to need to cut a piece of designer series paper that's going to be used for the band that goes around the box to hold it closed. I used the Blooms and Bliss designer series paper. I really like the floral patterns on that. So you want to cut a piece of that that's 1.75 inches by 7 inches. And then you're also going to need a scrap of coordinating cardstock to use for your bow builder punch. And for that I use sweet sugar plum. Okay, to form the box you want to use the envelope punch board, and it's really easy. It's not any harder to make a box with the envelope punch board than it is to make an envelope. You're just going to punch and score twice per side instead of once. So for this one you want to start with your square of cardstock and line it up with the 2-inch mark. And then punch and score, and then you want to just slide it down to 3 inches and repeat the punching and scoring. And you're going to do that for each side around on your box. So flip it 90 degrees counterclockwise, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to see, but that first score line is where you're going to line up with this arrow. So after that initial measurement, you don't have to use the ruler again. You're just going to line up with the score lines. So line up with the first score line and punch and score. Then move it over to the second score line and punch and score. And then rotate again, and you're going to repeat that for the last 2 sides. Punch and score. Punch and score, and then you're doing the last side. Okay, so now you have your box base formed. Okay, now after you have all your creases and your notches punched, you want to turn your envelope punch board around, and right here is a corner rounder. So you want to go and use the corner rounder on all your flaps. And all you have to do is just punch it down, insert it. You just want to make sure it's inserted all the way to the back, and then punch. And then that forms your rounded edge. And now you're done with the envelope punch board, but you want to leave your bone folder out because we're going to use that in a little bit. Okay, now that we have all the punching done, we're going to have to modify this a little bit so that we can form it into the box. So you want to start by cutting away these 2 squares, and then we're going to make this square into these 2 squares into a flap. So to make the flap, you just cut up that fold line on both of them. And then you want to turn it over and cut those squares away. After you've got that done, go ahead and pull your bone folder back out. We're going to just crease all the fold lines so that it's easier to put your box together. So you just want to fold everything up and run across it with your bone folder. And do that for all 4 sides. That'll just give crisp edges to your box and give it a nicer finished look. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble the box. You want to turn it over and start by putting glue dots on both of these flaps. Now you can use other adhesive to assemble this box. You could use Fast Fuse, you could use sticky strip, you could even use a glue gun, but I like to use the mini glue dots just because they're easy and they don't leave any residue, and they're easier for kids to use because you don't have to worry about the kids burning themselves with the glue gun. So I've got my glue dots, mini glue dots from Stampin' up here in a little dispenser. I got this dispenser at Michael's. This is the same, I just put the roll from Stampin' Up on the inside of it and it makes it easy to dispense. It's the same product, so just makes it a little easier. So you want to stick a glue dot on each of the flaps, just like that, and then turn it back over and fold those flaps inward and pull the bottom up to assemble your box here. And just press it to secure it. Okay, so now the bottom side of your box is formed. And now you just want to fold those 2 flaps in and put a glue dot right there in the middle, or right on that flap, and then that will hold the sides in. So I'm just going to get another glue dot and put it right there and stick that together. And then you want to put a glue dot right here on this flap and pull that up. And press it to secure it. So your box is finished now. You don't want to glue this down because that would make it so that you would rip your box when you're opening it. We're going to put a belly band around this box to hold that flap in place, so you don't need to worry about gluing it down at this point. And if you want, you can go ahead and put your Ghirardelli chocolates in it. This box will fit 3 of them. You just kind of fold up the end flaps and it'll fit perfectly. Makes a nice little treat because who doesn't like chocolate, right? Okay, so we're done with the box. Now we're just going to decorate it. You want to pull out the designer series paper that we cut earlier, and you need to get out your scoreboard. I have the Martha Stewart scoreboard, but Stampin' Up also makes one. They're pretty similar. Actually, the Stampin' Up one is nicer because it has little I don't know what they're called, little arrows that you can put up here, and so you can mark where you need to score. Just makes it kind of easier to keep track of where you need to score. For the belly band, you want to score at 1 1/4 inches, 2 inches, 4 3/8 inches, and 5 1/8 inch. And that will make it so that it folds around your box nicely. And that's all you need the scoreboard for, so you can put that aside. And I just like to go ahead and fold those creases so they're nice and crisp. Okay, now we're ready to put that on your box. Now you don't want to glue your belly band to the box because you want it to be able to slide up and down or be taken off. Because again, if they just want to take one chocolate out, you want them to be able to reclose the box. So what you're going to do is you're going to place, I just used 3 glue dots and just, place them on the end of the shorter piece, the shorter little flap here. Oops, let's get up in the camera. So 1, 2, 3. and then just form that around your box. Now you don't want to put it there too tightly because then it'll be hard to slide it up and down. So keep it kind of loose. You want it secure enough that it'll stay and isn't going to slide off easily, but you want them to be able to move it easily so we can pull that flap out. Okay. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of trim just to jazz it up a bit. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Burlap ribbon, and I've already got it cut to 7 inches, which was the same length as your belly band. Now this one you do want to glue down because you want it so that it's not sliding off the belly band when they move the belly band up and down. So I just put a glue dot right in the center and press the ribbon down. Oops, there we go. And then just secure it in place on the back. With more glue dots. I'm using a lot of glue dots for this project, but it helps keep things in place and you don't have to worry about anything falling off. Okay. So just overlap it and press it to hold it in place. Actually, I could have gotten that a little bit tighter, but that's all right. So now we are going to make the little mini bow to go on top of this. And I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Bow Builder Punch. I love this thing. It's so great for making little bows for small gift bags or cards or anything that you would like. So it's very versatile. For each bow that you want to build, you want to punch this twice. So I'm just using a piece of sweet sugar plum cardstock for that. And sweet sugar plum is actually one of the in colors. So it's a 2016-2018 in color, so it's only going to be available for another year, but I really love the pink. I think it's such a pretty color. Okay, so you're going to use all these pieces except for one of these. You only need one band to go around the middle, so you can discard one of the strips. Now you need to pull out your bow folder again. You want to kind of break the fibers down so that you can fold them without the cardstock cracking. So you kind of want to curl it a little bit, and that'll make it so it folds easier and the cardstock isn't going to form crease lines or crack. So you want to do that with both of the bow loop pieces. Just kind of curl it. It's a similar motion to if you have ever used gift wrap ribbon and curled it, like curling ribbon with scissors. It's the same type of thing you want to do. So you want to do it to those two pieces, and you also want to do it to this little strip that's going to go around the middle, the band that's going to go around the middle of your bow. And that'll just help you put things together easily. Okay, so let's put that together. Again, you're going to use the mini glue dots. You want to put one on one of the ends of the loop. And then you just want to fold that over and press it to the other end. And that's going to form one of the little loops for your bow, and you can push in on it to kind of puff it up a little. And then just repeat that process with the other piece. Going to use a lot of glue dots for this one, but that'll make it so your bows stay together and they don't fall apart. Okay, now we have both bow loops, so you're going to put a glue dot right there and press it together to form your bow. There we go. So now your bow's formed. So you want to put the band around the center. Now I actually use 3 glue dots for this to make sure this band stays on. I want to put one glue dot right here in the center of the bow on the top, and then center the loop and put it on there. And then you're going to put a glue dot on both ends. and press it in place on the back. Oops. And there we have it. Little bow is done. Now all you have to do is add your tails. Now you can add your tails this way, coming off the end, like this, or you can put them at an angle, like this. This one I have coming off at the angle, so I think I'm going to put them straight out for this one. So you just want to add a mini glue dot to the end of the tail here, and then you want to put it on the back side of your bow, right up against that loop. And then I just put my bone folder in there so I have something firm to press against to secure it. And then just repeat with your the other tail. Okay, so now your little bow is finished for the top of your package. So all you have to do is add a glue dot to the back of that. So I've got all these little paper scraps here. So put a glue dot in the middle of your bow and press it in place. And you can either put it in an angle. If you want to show off more of the ribbon, you can put it in an angle, or you can just put it straight across, running same direction as the ribbon. Either way, it's cute. And that's all there is to it. So then when the person gets it and wants to open it, they just slide the band down and open the flap, and they can get their chocolate out. So it makes a quick and easy party favor using the envelope punch board. And I've made a couple others with different paper. The designer series paper also has mint macaron and island indigo in it. So I made some with that color scheme as well. This one I used some of the lace trim, and this one uses the retired mint macaron lace ribbon. And this one is kind of cute. I like it. It has the gold sequin trim. So you can change it up however you like and use it for your next occasion. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. And if you would like to see a written tutorial for this project, you can visit creativelyhomemade.com. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.